I wanted to build a truck for $2,500, and that's including the truck price. So my cousin had this stepside he had for a long time. He offered to me for $1,000, and I went over and checked out the frame. As long as we have a good frame to start from, I believe that is a great foundation, and we can go from there. But this truck is more than just a good frame. It has a good body. It runs good, it moves, and there's nothing really wrong with it, just it needs some maintenance, right? So I gave him $1,000 for this truck. I brought it home. We're gonna build this truck for $2,500 or less. That means wheels and tires, that means a paint job, that means making stuff sound good, making things look good, and making this truck enjoyable to drive and enjoyable to look at, even though it's just an old 1988 Chevy truck with a carbureted 350. At the end, you'll see the results of this truck, and you can see how you can take $2,500 and make an awesome truck, and you don't have to spend $1 million to have a nice looking, OBS Chevy. And I can't wait to build this thing. In this episode, we adjust the carburetor and got the truck running properly. We also throw the clutch master cylinder on and a slave cylinder. So get a drink, get a snack, sit down, kick your feet up, and relax and enjoy the show. All right, so we're gonna get a clutch master cylinder. I'm in like 50 bucks into this truck, and I know for sure that this will make this truck move. After we get that truck moving, I know for a fact it will go in second gear. That's because the slave cylinder, I know for a fact when I put this stuff on, it will go in second gear. That's how confident that I am with this truck. Now, the only thing left to do to this truck after I do this today, is actually just put a tune-up on it, and I gotta put a brake line on it because one of the back brake lines blowed. Other than that, this truck will be ready to get legal, this truck will be ready to drive, and this truck will be ready to get to my house, and we can start building this thing and making it look good and start building a budget style OBS Chevy. So I think it's gonna be cool. This is gonna be my my beater driver. Actually can't wait. Might do some other mods too in the future. So let's go ahead and go fix on this thing. We're going to adjust on the carburetor a little bit, throw a new battery in it and all the goods, and then we're going to start her up and see what she sounds like. So we got the new clutch master on, bleeded. Everything's good to go with that. I got the air filter for this. I'm gonna get a new fuel filter. I gotta get the new alternator. Change this cable to black. Get an oil change for it. New cap, new button, new wires and plugs. There is a brake line leak back here at the back. Right here, you see it's busted. I'm just going to run a whole new brake line. As you can see, I put a new slave cylinder on it right there. But other than that, this truck is ready to roll. So we got the air filter stuck on there, so let's go ahead and start it up and adjust the carburetor. Get all that worked out, because it is flooding just a little bit. It's found out the plugs. But what I'm wanting to do with this truck is make it into a decent truck on a budget. And what I mean by that is test YouTube people and see how true they are when they video camera something and do something. Like I seen a video on a guy rolling on tractor paint on his truck or Rust-Oleum with a roller, and supposedly he wet sanded it and all this stuff and made it look really, really nice, and it lasted for 5-6 years and it's still going. Now that's the kind of things that I want to put to the test on this truck. For 80 bucks I can paint this truck with a roller. Now I'm not going to paint the whole truck with a roller right off the bat. I'm going to take the fender off and see what it does. This is the kind of stuff that I bought this truck for, to show you guys, you know, hey, is this true? Can you really do this to your hot rod? Can you really do this to your budget build drag car, your budget build four-wheel drive truck, your four-wheel drive Jeep, whatever it may be? Can you do this? Because we all know you can roll on bedline and all that stuff. So what I'm wanting to do is put things to the test with this truck. So more or less this truck is a test dummy. I don't have very much in this truck, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the content as we test things. You have to get a windshield. As you can see, this one's cracked to get an inspection in West Virginia. They might pass it since it goes over my line of vision. And technically the truck right now is actually mobile. The truck moves, the truck runs, it shifts in every gear, it idles. Everything's fine, everything checks out. So everything else is fine. The rest of it's just like a tune-up and stuff like that, which is super easy stuff to do. I didn't show any of the clutch master cylinder or the slave cylinder because that stuff's super easy on these trucks and it doesn't take very long to do, and it took me longer to set the camera work to show you than me just going out there and doing it. So new slave cylinder, new clutch master cylinder. I just went ahead and put that on there. Got 40 bucks already in this truck. The most expensive thing will be the windshield. It'll be about 200 bucks. We're gonna do some budget stuff with it. Make it a beater build. Now I have all kinds of things in mind on what to do with this truck, and leave your input in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be a lot longer videos of me working on this truck and fixing it up, how-tos, and putting things to the test. So look out for that content coming soon. It's spring. I got a lot of better equipment, mics, and stuff like that. So be prepared to see some content. And hopefully you guys enjoy, and hopefully I can reach out to the OBS Chevy community and they can help me along the way. I'm trying to reach out to bigger community, not only the Jeep community, but mechanics alone, do-it-yourselfers, and people that just enjoy content with vehicles in it.